Hello. Does your brain do this? Does your brain complain? That is what I'm going to be talking about today. And so when we are focused on the negative, it connects to our feelings, right? So I had posted the other day about let's see if we can not have negative thoughts about ourselves or other people for 24 hours. That's because we as humans are not conditioned. We're actually, our brain is wired to think negatively just in terms of survival mechanisms, okay? But when we are focused on the negative, it connects to our feelings. So it'll connect to sadness or anger or fear or shame or guilt, to name a few. And then that is what you create in your life, okay? The same goes for positive feelings. So your thoughts plus your feelings equals your experiences and your behaviors. And it's that simple, really. And so your thoughts then, think about it. Like if you're in a totally negative mood, that's my cat trying to get outside. Your negative thoughts are going to then create the feeling in your body, and then that's going to create your experience in life. Okay? That is also the key to manifesting. Okay? And so my question to you all is, what are you manifesting in your life? Okay? And so there is that spiritual concept of the law of attraction, is the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. And so if your brain is constantly complaining, you're going to attract that level of energy into your life, okay? And so I always like to very active imagination for those of you who know me. And if you're around here and watching, you know me. And so just imagine that we all have these antennas that are on the top of our head, okay? And there are these invisible antennas. And so you are radiating out your life experience and your thoughts and your feelings energetically, right? And it's just radiating out whatever is going on, right? Through your energetic field, okay? Everybody else is doing that as well, okay? And so if your antenna is like one of those janky antennas from like the 70s that we all had on top of our houses. Hi, Tiffany. We don't want that type of antenna, right? Because if our antenna is all like janky and broken, and you're like, why am I attracting this type of relationship? Or why does this experience keep happening to me? Or, why is this pattern in my life continuing? It's because your antenna is essentially janky and broken, okay? And that has to do with what is running through your mind, both consciously and subconsciously, okay? Because we all have patterns, we all have beliefs, we all have life experiences and associations with, similar stuff. So it's like when you're getting triggered by something in your present day life, it really isn't about the trigger that you're getting triggered by in present day life. It is an association that's made by something that happened in like your early childhood, okay? Or in junior high, or a past life, or, birth, because this is a whole different topic, but your birth experience is your first human experience, and that is going to imprint an existential issue that you are going to be learning your entire lifetime as this soul in this body. It's not something I was going to talk about today, but it's coming up. So, so if you all know what your birth was like, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you and get all into it. Because there's a whole field of psychology called perinatal psychology, which is absolutely fascinating. And it's about what happened in utero, and how your experience while you were in utero is this existential theme that will run throughout your life. And then your birth, again, that's your first struggle, because as humans, we struggle. That's what we do. Like we're supposed to struggle so that we could learn and grow and evolve as a soul. And that first struggle is feeling all safe and like warm, hopefully, and content inside the womb. And then it's like, oh shit, here we go. And so there's all this fascinating research, like if you were breech, you do everything differently because you kind of came out differently. So you beat to a different drum. If you were a C-section baby, you have difficulty finishing things and completing things. And so oh God, Tiffany, yeah, it's perinatal psychology, and I'm blanking out on the psychologist's name right now. I want to say Erickson, but it's not Eric Erickson. It's I don't know what it is, but it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. And through hypnotherapy, you could go back there and like rework some your first traumas as being a human. What was where did I go, people? I feel like I'm still in Mexico. But it is, it's a really fascinating segment of psychology. But going back to, what those self-limiting thoughts and beliefs, again, that are either conscious or they're just running in the subconscious, right? It's like that computer program. Like, what are the self-limiting thoughts that you have and believe about yourself? And these are the ones that about, like they're the ones that you ruminate on, or they are your inner critic, right? The ones that are always kind of, telling you can't do things or you're not good enough or whatever, like that inner critic in your mind. Even like those kind of like dark, shadowy, crevicey areas, the ones that like those beliefs that you are like, I'm not telling anybody about that. So, how would your life be different if you started to be grateful for all the things that you are complaining about? Because this topic was, does your brain complain, right? And so, because we're just like, oh, I got to get the kids to school, or, oh, I have to go to the supermarket, or, oh, whatever the hell it is, like, my family leaving dishes in the sink all the time, but then and this happened to me once. I was running a retreat and I came out at like 3 days of dishes in the sink, right? And then like, I was just like, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to be grateful for these dishes in the sink, right? And I'm going to be grateful for that we have dishes to eat on, and that we have a sink that has running water, and that I live in a house that has running water, and that I live in a country that has running water, and so when you start to shift your perspective of, I'm about to complain about something, versus, okay, let me be thankful or grateful that I have this experience, it rewires your brain, okay? And then when it rewires your brain, it rewires your entire outlook, in life. And it's not to say that you're never going to get stressed again, but we are so conditioned to like just balk and complain and be negative as a way of bonding with somebody else and connecting with somebody else, that like, what would your life look like if you started to be grateful for what you were originally complaining about, okay? And so I'm going to give you a little homework assignment, and I would love for you to think about it. And, you could either drop it in this chat or you could start a new one in the group. So I want you to, What do I want you to do? Oh, you're not gonna like those. I'm all about giving homework assignments to my clients today too. I just texted all of them. I was like, hey, do you want to do this? It was something different though. Write down all of your self-limiting thoughts on one side of the page. Okay? Whatever they are, just even if it's like your top 3. And then on the other side, write down the positive of whatever that negative thought was. Okay. So like I, said, I gave you the example of, the dishwasher, but it's like, start to have gratitude for these experiences that are going to trigger you or stress you out, because they are little nuggets on your soul growth journey, so that you could become fully accountable and responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, and your life. Okay, that is all today, my friends. I have got to roll, and I will see you on the flip side. Have a wonderful week. Mwah. Bye.